I'm about to take a stab at some AMD puts here real soon. 29% off a single trade. Currently up 23%, but we want to see some more gains, guys. We're out shopping. We did hit some nice NVIDIA puts here. Guys, let's break down how we did today. This is AMD, and actually we even took puts yesterday, and here we are today. So we entered here on this candle here, and I'll show you guys my orders in a second, and exited on this one, just to show you guys that we're not capped in. Good morning, my fellow traders. Timer is currently 6:27 a.m. A few minutes before the market opens, and let me show you guys what I'm looking at for today, so you guys can have some context behind what I'm looking at, guys. I'm looking at a few plays: Amazon, AMD, and somewhat SPY. Not so much SPY, but somewhat SPY. So let's get right into it and show you guys. Amazon, this is my put idea. I grabbed the most highs of this wick right here, the lows of this wick right here, and I just extended it out, and we get a nice little support area. So anything below this, I am definitely slapping some nice puts on Amazon. So that's Amazon. Now, the reason why I'm a little bit bearish as far as going into today is because if you go on the hourly time frame on SPY, look at where we're at in SPY right here. This is on the hourly time frame, meaning that each hour creates a new candle. If I were just to grab the most recent price action, I would see that we're really just kind of testing this general range area right here that we chopped in. So I'm not gonna touch SPY here. Why would I do that, guys? Ask yourself, why would you trade SPY when SPY already chopped right here? Is he gonna do it again? I don't know. So I'm just gonna let SPY do its own thing. Hopefully, really a reject comes back down so that I can play the AMD put. Or worst case scenario, we do climb back in, maybe break above, then I'll start being a little bit bullish. But since I'm bearish a little bit, and I'm not completely, my bias is on bearish, I just have a couple bearish setups. So I just showed you Amazon, I just showed you SPY there. Now let's look at the last one, which is AMD. So I'm thinking about entering some AMDs almost right at open. I could almost take a risk right at open, which opens about to happen right now in market just opened. So I'm a little bit late because I don't have my setups all open. But AMD is also something that I'm planning on retesting for some puts here. I could almost even enter now and just risk it for the biscuit, just enter for this retest and pull on down. But let's see what it does. So SPY on the 30 minutes just rejected that general area. You guys can see last time we created a little bit of a, I didn't even notice this, honestly. This is crazy, but on a nice 30 minutes here, nice little break to the downside. And then look at here now. Here we're retesting it. So we retested it, rejected it, but so far we can still hold it though. You never know. So we're just watching for right now, guys. It's barely 7 a.m. and we're just waiting for a nice setup. So I'm about to take a stab at some AMD puts here real soon. The contract's currently at 189. They were at 180, so I do want them to pull back just a little bit. So this is AMD here. Now on the daily, if you guys watched yesterday's vlog, I don't want to explain it or talk too long about it because I got to manage this trade, but AMD broke below this level. We took puts below. Wish I would have held all the way to my price target, but here we are at that price target level, just retesting it. So could easily be a nice rejection here. All right, guys, so we're seeing a nice move on AMD, but we need to do it like yesterday. Trust the trade plan. Everything's dropping here nicely. Again, everything is going in our favor so far. There's like almost no way that this trade idea or this trade plan is not going to pay because everything is falling off a cliff right now. We saw a nice 11%, but we're still going to shoot for more, guys. Our price target is pretty far down. So we're currently pulling back here. As you guys can see on the volume, I'm just going to give you guys how my mind's thinking. I can think about cutting at entry or just let the 9 EMA reject. And that's what I will probably do. I'll probably watch for the 9 EMA. Let me let them know in the Discord. And then that's what my plan is. So I just let the Discord know that if we get a 5-minute close above this 9 EMA, which we're almost getting there, I'm probably going to close it. So we're still in because the 9 EMA rejected here perfectly. I'm trying to get rid of that noise in my head that says just cut because you don't want to turn it into a lost trade. So we're trying to do our absolute best to hold a little bit longer. So currently, again, it's pulling back to the 9 EMA, guys. We got a decent entry around here in this general area. Currently at 3%, and I'm just telling you guys this because I'm showing you guys how my mind works while I'm in this trade. I'm willing to take a $10 loss, break even trade on this one to try to capture a good gain. Because you know what happened yesterday, guys, is we entered a nice trade. I forgot which stock it was. Maybe it was AMD too. I think it was AMD, but we entered a nice trade. Contracts went from 250 to 350, and all I had to do was hold for another 15 minutes. Guys, we're eating nicely, 25% on this trade here off of some nice AMD puts. We're gonna do our absolute best to try to hold the price target. I almost want to sell out here again. I'm getting that itch on my fingers, but we gotta do our absolute best. 29% off a single trade, guys. Let's fucking go. So we're out of these contracts because stuff is at support. Nvidia is coming here at support. Apple's bouncing here pretty strongly. So we're just going to exit these. We got a nice 30% trade off a single contract. To these contracts from 277 or 280 entry in my bad to 233 a piece, guys. We freaking killed it. Let me see what we got. Oh yeah, we got 180 to 228. So that was such a good trade, guys. Glad we're out of that. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And let's keep moving on for another one. Got out of our AMD puts, guys, at a nice $50 a contract. I think it might have been only 48 actually. So let's see what it is. It's $48 a contract is what I got out of them. And you guys can see right here when I go to my orders button, You guys can see this is a live account for anybody. Somebody commented down saying show your history or whatever, but guys, I literally show you guys this is a live account right here. Show you guys my P&L, show you guys a lot of things. But anyways, took these contracts from 180 to 228 a piece. I did call out in the Discord as well. And guys, I literally drop it all in the trade floor, exactly what's going on, what's happening. I mean, guys, come on. I literally dropped the sauce. And I tell you guys what I'm going to enter. I literally say I'm eyeing for these to come back to 180 a contract. And I said it somewhere around. Need them to come back to 180. Yeah, we can take the 180. I just don't like where there's pullbacks on OTM. Will alert when I'm in. And I alerted when I got in. And boom, guys. Come on, man. That's how we do it. Now, don't get me wrong. We did manage to hold a lot better than yesterday, because yesterday we only held until about like 16, 15-ish% when we sold out. These ones did sell us out a little bit under 30% as well, or 29-ish%. Maybe sold us out like 27. But anyways, guys, whole point is we did manage to hold today a little bit longer than yesterday. So you know what that means? On this next trade that I took, I need to even hold longer than the trade I did today. Such a good trade. Called it out nicely. I wish I called out yesterday's trade, but we're still going to break down yesterday's trade in the recap, because I was on the edge of calling out. I just didn't want the first day to be a bad day, since last week was horrible. But I shouldn't think like that, guys. That's not how you're supposed to think, which is something that I just got to tell myself too, because it's the first losing week I had in such a long time, even before I started doing call outs and signals again. We're going to wait for another trade, and I'm going to do my absolute best to try to hold a lot longer than I just did. We did collect a nice 25-ish, 6, 7-ish%, which is a very good trade, but we want to collect more, guys. We want to see more. We want to take a trade from 180 entry to 380 exit, or trade from 200 entry to 400 exit. Something like, of course you can't hit home runs, of course you're not going to collect 100%, but when everything's going in your favor, you can most definitely collect on a nice trade. Eyeing Nvidia here for a retest, but market's gaining some buyers here. Maybe just a little bit of consolidation before we continue on downwards, or it might pull back up, retest some EMAs, and then continue on downwards. I'm not really bullish, or even if we do start trending up, guys, I'm not the type of trader to, all right, now we're starting to trend up, I'm going to take calls right now. Maybe if we break specific areas, hold specific levels, maybe break above a specific level as well on the higher side. Maybe, like, why would I take AMD calls when we have the best setup for downside? Maybe QQQ calls, but like, I do my best to just stick with the momentum, and currently we're just trending downwards. Until I see otherwise, then I'll just stick with it downwards. So I'm gonna let the bulls do whatever they want to do here for a little bit. I'm gonna go get a haircut, since your boy's looking pretty rough, and I have a lot of things to do this week. It's currently my girlfriend's birthday in 2 days, and then also we're gonna do a party for her here with all her friends, and I gotta get ready, look nice, and so I'm gonna get her some decorations and a whole bunch of other things. So let's go enjoy ourselves, and we're gonna come back on the chart hopefully real soon, because it's only 9:30. Hopefully catch another trade, guys. We only took one trade so far, and it was off AMD. Seeing a nice 12%, saw 15% on these nice AMD puts, currently dropping here. And if it loses this little support level, which we're about to close in like 30 seconds, then it's probably over with for Nvidia. A nice Nvidia close here below support. Currently trying my best to hold, and this is a good setup in our favor, so we have every reason to hold it. Currently up 12-13% on this trade right now alone, and we need to see a nice 30 to 25+% on this one right here. Currently I'm here to get my haircut, but I don't want to risk being in this trade and closing out for a loss. So what I'm gonna do, probably just wait out here until I close off of this trade, which might take some time though, unfortunately. Just got back from a fire ass haircut, and guys, I'm literally in a trade as we're getting a haircut. Currently in some Nvidia puts to the downside, and we're printing a nice 20% here. I saw 30% and I almost sold out, but I'm still holding it for some more gains, guys, because you already know what we want to do. We collected a nice 30% on the first trade, but now we need a 30% on the second trade. I mean, call it good, man. Come on. Worst case scenario, I close out at break even or literally $0. I think it's going to continue on down. It's a reject candle here so far. Currently up 23%, but we want to see some more gains, guys. We're out shopping. We did hit some nice Nvidia puts here. I'm glad I exited, guys. We exited for a nice 143 all the way to 187, and we're up $92 on the day off of this single trades. Now, we only took 2 trades. Unfortunately, I didn't call this one out because I wasn't too sure how long it would hit and if it would even hit in general, because we took it all the way over here on this area. We barely broke support now, and glad I'm out, guys, because look at that. A bunch of stuff at the dollar store for my girlfriend. I'm gonna surprise her. So what I'm gonna do is, let me open up this sunroof, get the sunroof open. But what I'm gonna do is, when my girlfriend wakes up on Thursday, I'm gonna wake up a lot earlier than her at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It's gonna be difficult because we both hit the gym real early, so I'm gonna have to wake up even earlier than that and set up all this stuff. I want to get all this stuff set up, and I'm gonna put it all around the house and wake her up to a surprise, give her a nice present, and it's her birthday coming up, so then we're gonna celebrate on Saturday. I'm pretty sure she's gonna want me to leave all the decorations up for Saturday, and let's continue on. Let's go back home, guys. Time is currently 11:46. I do want to stop at Costco or a Target to get one last thing, and then that is it. Arctic here, so I got a lot of chocolates, random home lights, Airheads. I'm gonna fill it up in here with chocolates, fill it up in here with Airheads. We're good. So time is currently 3:10 p.m. and we're just gonna go over our orders that we took since yesterday to today because we only took 4 trades total, I believe. Yeah, 4 trades total, and we're gonna break them down as far as just today's trade, and then we'll do the whole recap at the end of the week. But anyways, guys, let's break down how we did today because honestly, looking back at today, I didn't do that bad as far as holding. I actually did a lot better than yesterday. I managed to hold for a nice 30% gain on both trades, and let's break it down right here and show you guys. This is AMD, and actually we even took puts yesterday, and here we are today, guys. Very nice setup, and all I'm doing, guys, is just show you guys on the daily time frame. It's very simple. So I know it looks all over the place, but for anybody that's new to in the beginner, I'm on a daily time frame, which just means each candle represents one single day of price action. So nice long wick down here. I grabbed that low right here. Then later on in life, we came back down. I grabbed that low of that wick right there and just connected a little rectangle and extended it all the way out. Now it also captures this low right here. And here we are today, or yesterday, I mean, on Monday. And let's go down to the 15 minutes and show you guys our entries and exits. So obviously, yesterday's trade, we broke it down already. We got as close as we could for a nice break and retest. Entered there, exited here, which was a nice little bit over. I believe it was like 16% potentially. I forget exactly what it was, but here's this one today. Reason why I entered is because, guys, we lost this level right here, which is 130, which was yesterday's price target. Now we're breaking down below it. So I was like, you know what? We're going to enter. So we entered on this candle here. Sold on, it looks better on the 5 minutes. Let's look at the 5 minutes. So we entered here on this candle here, and I'll show you guys my orders in a second, and exited on this one. Just to show you guys that we're not capping. Here you guys see, we entered one AMD at 750. And sold it at 834. So 750 is this candle right here, which you guys can see. It says 750 a.m. 750 a.m. is that candle there. Then 834 a.m. is on this candle here. And plus we live traded it. You guys saw we got a nice entry there, dropped all the way down to here. And honestly, that was a pretty good exit. Now I did have a price target all the way down to 127. As you guys can see, we just, on 15 minutes later after my exit, we started climbing back up to the upside, and it started just doing its own thing. So there was real no way we could have done any better other than maybe holding for an extra 15 minutes, but that's hindsight in our favor. This was a nice 30% trade, and look at this, nice drop later on. But now let's talk about NVIDIA. NVIDIA was amazing, guys. So we caught some NVIDIA puts on my phone while I was driving, and I was actually getting a haircut during this whole time. So I entered on 9:55 a.m., which is this candle right here, and I remember we watched it come back up to -5%. Now we're here at 15 or 19%. Bounces here, rejects, boom. 35% here, and we exited. It did come back up to retest and break on down for continuation. What I could have done better here was obviously hold for some more downside action, but hey, I wasn't complaining, guys. We entered. This is where we entered and exited. That's a very good hold on the 5 minutes. On the 15 minutes, it looks like nothing, which is why I actually like trading the 15 minutes, and all my entries are based off the 15 minutes. That's why I entered. So the reason why I even entered this trade in the first place is because you guys can see we try to break below support here, bounces a little bit, 90 EMAs retesting around this general area. I'm like, you know what, let me just enter. Boom, break down, hold below the support, break down again, break down first price target, and boom. Guys, very simple. Unfortunately, I only called out one of those. I did not call out the second one since I was driving. I was on the road, so I didn't want to call it out and text and do all that craziness back and forth, back and forth. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna enter this, leave my phone, turn it off. Literally while I was getting a haircut, I was like mid getting a cut, like pulling out my phone. Shoot. Getting alerts saying that's pulling up, pulling down. We had to hold through all the noise, guys, but we finally did it. We're doing a lot better. Like I mentioned, guys, we're trying to do a lot better than hold for 10, 15%. We're no longer trying to just collect small 10, 15%. We're now trying to collect over 20, 30%, which you guys are seeing the process. You guys are seeing the progress. We started from taking small 10, 15% gains to itching at 20, collecting at 20%, and now we're collecting over 30%, and we're finally telling ourselves, should we hold a little more? And we collect at those 30%. So tomorrow, or at the end of the week, what I will do, since I am collecting some good gains and recovered all my losses from last week, what I will do is towards the end of the week, around Thursday or Friday, I will probably try to do my best to hold at least one single trade this week to at least 50 to 60 to 80-ish% to maybe even 100, depending on what it is. I don't want to take a cheap contract to that level. I can do it very easily. I noticed with a $20 contract or a $50 contract, sometimes I can flip it to 80-ish%, 60% easy. But when it comes to an actual big boy contract, 180 entry, 250 entry, $300 entry, imagine taking that to 80-ish, 100%. So anyways, I hope you guys had an awesome day. It's only Tuesday. We're killing it so far this week. Last week was a little bit rough, but this week's price action is very nice. Just being patient, making sure everything's going in my favor, watching all the stocks as a whole, making sure when one trends down, everything else trending down, and I'm not just getting scared off of one green bullish candle. If I'm in puts, I'm still gonna hold a long time for the nice noise and everything and all that comes with it. So hope you guys have been killing it. Hope you guys are enjoying these vlogs, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.